Hello everyone and happy Valentine's Day. Now today I want to do something very different because it's Valentine's Day. I'm just thinking, as most people spend like hundreds of dollars, right, on roses, on flowers, on dinners and gifts, why not just use those money and buy into cryptocurrency, right? And what are the cryptocurrencies that I will buy if I were you? Now, first, at number 10 is Dragon Chain, right? Current price is 7 cents and all-time high is 4.99, almost $5. And that gives a multiple of 69 times if it goes back up to its all-time high within 1 year. And market cap today is 17 million. Very, very small coin. I think it's at number 149 in terms of market cap. Now, why I said Dragon Chain is so interesting. The first point is association with Disney. It started out as the Disney private blockchain platform and then it moved to open source. What is so interesting and innovative about Dragon Chain is that it is a connector. It's a hybrid blockchain which connects businesses which wants to keep their data private, so their private blockchain, right, to a public blockchain like a Bitcoin and Ethereum. So you can have the best of both worlds. You want businesses, a lot of times they want to keep their data and all their business secrets private, but they still want to use the security, right, the convenience of something like Bitcoin and Ethereum. And now they already have a commercial, that means a production ready platform that's been launched in July last year. They also were awarded a US patent for their interchain blockchain technology in November 2018. What was so unique about their model is that it is a serverless model and they run on Amazon Web Services for now, and they might expand to using other cloud services in the future. So this means that their platform is lower cost, and it also lets the developer, right, they can concentrate more on developing great projects, right, rather than maintaining and setting up those hardware. The other thing is they're using a multi-currency support, so it can be used worldwide, and also they use multiple popular programming languages like C, like Java, right, Python. That so more and more, that means is more widespread, more developers can code on this platform. So that is why it's so interesting. I'm spending more time on Dragon Chain because it's one of the less well-known project. And yeah, next, number 9, Litecoin. Litecoin's current price at the time of recording is about $42. All-time high in early 2018 was about $366. And if it reaches that number, that means it's 9 times appreciation from its current price. It has a huge market cap because it's within the top 10, right? So it's $2.5 billion, so huge market cap. Now, what I like about Litecoin is the digital silver to Bitcoin, just like silver to gold, right? Litecoin is the digital silver to Bitcoin. And of course, right, now that they're trying to also differentiate themselves from other coins like Bitcoin by trying to enhance it with a privacy feature, a more secure feature, and they're already in talks with Mimblewimble technology. And not only that, they are now stepping up their visibility awareness by sponsoring sporting events, right, like the boxing. So definitely very interesting. Next, we have number 8, Tron, right? It's at 2 cents and all-time high was 25 cents, so it's about 10x. It has a potential based on historical price to appreciate by 10x. And market cap currently is at 1.6 billion. Why I like Tron, right? There was a previous video as well I did on Tron, and first point is really because of the strong backers from Justin Sun, who is the CEO and founder, who has personal connection to Jack Ma, the founder and CEO of Alibaba. Justin Sun has managed to convince a lot of rich people in China, including the founder and CEO of the bike sharing company OFO and China Equity Group CEO, right? A lot of rich people in China are backing Tron. So that's why they have a lot of funding. And that is also behind many reasons of the second point. So because of that, they are able to also secure many partnerships. One, they bought BitTorrent last year, and now, right, that they're basically allowing BitTorrent users, in fact, encouraging BitTorrent users to actually transact using Tron token. So there is a real use case here. And because they are owned by the same parent company, of course, they are in partnership. And also, Tron is in partnership with the Byte company, who is also the owner of Tron. So again, you see a lot of, because a lot of the backers, investors have businesses, so there is a lot of synergies, and then they can go into partnerships. And of course, despite being such a new project, Tron already has a lot of high usage, although 95% of their decentralized apps on their platform today is gambling. But I would say, right, anything goes, because if you just want to first get users to prove you have, real use cases, gambling and games are definitely one of the more popular ones to start off with. Though they are already, starting to branch out, and recently that they have a partnership with a philanthropy projects, right, to actually track donations. So it's a very good use. And of course, they have also high usage compared to Ethereum. Developer friendly because they actually give out a lot of awards to, they have $1 billion in funding to award great projects to build on Tron. And their language is actually a much simpler language compared to Ethereum, and also zero fees. So yeah. Next, Cardano. Cardano at time of recording is 4 cents. All-time high is $1.15. That means it's 29 times upside potential if history repeats itself. And they have a 1 billion market cap. Now, Cardano is one of those very ambitious projects. It's the CEO and founder is previously from Ethereum. So they have yet to announce any real project, but there is a announcement coming up soon where they're going to announce what's happening. But why is it so well liked is because they take a very scientific and mathematical approach. They many people, all the people who are working on Cardano are engineers, mathematicians, right? Academics, so very, very smart people who really, really just want to build something great, not so much for the profit, right? And because of that, because of all these smart people and professionals working on the project, one of the emphasis is also on peer-to-peer review. So every time they do a code or they come up with a project, they will always send it out for the community for peer review. Very scientific approach in that sense. So that's why any bugs can be identified early on, right? And hence, what they're trying to do is also they're trying to improve on every project, every token that is already out there to, kind of like, I think they are trying to aim to build a killer application. So this is one of those definitely very, highly expected and highly well-regarded project. So let's hope something great comes out, right? Next, Stellar. 8 cents and 85 cents was all-time high, 11 times upside potential, $1.5 billion. Stellar, it has a niche on focusing on micro banking. That means they're focusing on the people, unbanked population in the emerging countries especially. And they have a partnership with IBM. And IBM, right, is making the news every other day because they are having their own blockchain, and they are talking with a lot of banks, a lot of big multinational companies to actually adopt blockchain. And because they already have a partnership with Stellar, right? And it's also backed by a non-profit organization. So definitely, if anything they're going to use, they are going to use Stellar. Excuse me. So Stellar is also unique in that they are able to facilitate global funds transfer at instant, right? Which is like within seconds. So at really, really low fees. That is their specialty. Yeah. So the what gives Stellar the most significant thing is that their partnership with IBM. So IBM, right, is a Fortune 500 companies, and if for them, and IBM itself already have a lot of reach, right, a lot of big clients that are already doing business with IBM. So Stellar, I foresee, will have strong use cases in the future. Next, number 5 is EOS, right? $2.77, all-time high, $21.46, 8 times potential, 2.5 billion market cap. So EOS again is one of those project that has huge funding, right? It has, I think historically, is the highest funded ICO, right, which is about $4 billion, and it has largest user base of decentralized applications, if you even higher than Tron. And for people to use, basically, if you so EOS, although it has a lot of tokens, but a lot of the tokens are basically staked, meaning it is locked up in the system. So because of that, it is scarce. That means the supply is actually less, and that gives value to the project. Yeah. Next, XRP, right? Number 4 is XRP. 30 cents current price and all-time high $3.65, 12 times upside potential just to the all-time high, 12.5 billion market cap, because it's number 2 in terms of cryptocurrency, largest cryptocurrency today. So XRP is very, very well liked, right? It has a large client base, because today, I think XRP, I believe, is the one with the highest use cases. They are able to already secure client base and partnerships with more than 200 banking institutions around the world, and many of them are huge banks in their respective countries. Yeah, and so also very strong marketing. So almost every other day you hear some positive news about XRP, right? It is a very, very good marketing and team behind them. And I think in this market, you really need to have a great product, but also you need to be able to communicate well to the community to continue to gain that mind share of people. Yeah. Third is they have very favorable position with key regulators. One, their team, many of them are from the banking, very professional background. So this is one of the companies, one of the most professional in the crypto community as well. And as the industry mature, you want to attract, investors from Wall Street. You definitely need a company with such professional reputation like them. Also, that they are very, very smart. They have a lot of scholarship and partnership research with top universities around the world, including in China, right? Peking University, which is one of the Ivy League universities in China. And China, as you know, are not friendly currently to crypto, but can you imagine XRP already is having one foot into China? So yes, very, very smart. Next, Binance, right? Number 3. $8.87 already appreciate quite a bit over the last 1 week or 2 weeks, and all-time high is $24.50, 3 times just to its all-time high, 1.3 billion. Now, Binance is one of those really huge ecosystem. It is aspiring, it seems to be the Google of crypto. Yeah, and that is huge, because regardless of what happens to the price of cryptocurrency exchanges like Binance, being the biggest today in terms of volumes, are stand to gain regardless of people buying or selling. Both ways, they still benefit. And that is exactly what happened in 2018. Despite a crypto winter market, they still make a profit of about 550 million, and that is huge, $500 million profit, right? And every year, whenever they gain profit, they will burn 20% of their Binance coin, and that is huge, because then that means basically they are continuously reducing supply or limiting their supply, so that their coins become much increasingly valuable, right? Yes, strong team, of course, right? From the CEO and founder, Changping Zhao, or famously known as CZ. He already has a lot of great experience, right? Working on high frequency trading platforms. And now, hence, Binance was formed. It's only 18 months old. It's hard to believe that despite being such a young baby, right? Not even a toddler, it's already achieved so much. And they continue to build more and more really tireless, passionate team. Yeah, they have very strong CFO and strong chief growth officers as well. Even they also have a charity arm, which again just helps to build up the awareness of this space. And also they also have academy, launchpad, right? So they really have a whole suite of offerings. And now they are also continue to launch wallets, continue to have decentralized exchange, really catering to everyone, every user in the space, or even non-user with their academy. And third, very, very well managed, given that they are able to secure very good, respectable, very, very respectable profit in 2018, despite a lot of the firms have to cut down, right? And also that they are able to coin burn, right? And yeah, it's just all this that makes them really, really great. Next, number 2, Ethereum. $122.28. All-time high was $1,377.72. That's 11 times upside potential just to its previous all-time high. 13 billion, right? 12.8 billion at the time of recording. So Ethereum, of course, right, is highly regarded, especially among Wall Street. I know in the probably in social media platform, a lot of people are saying, why so much delay in their Constantinople upgrade, right? But it is a complex upgrade. So to really make it right, it is to scale up the platform. So it's a very complex undertaking. So I rather they do it right, rather than rush through it and do it wrong. But they're very, very smart developers behind them, and they're able to attract a lot of serious projects. For example, like Augur, right? Like Maker, like Dai, right? Augur is the prediction platform, very popular. Maker is the governance coins, right? To ensure that Dai, which is the stable coin, continues to maintain its stable value. Then, because Ethereum is not, it doesn't have a company behind it. Although Vitalik Buterin is like the iconic individual behind Ethereum, but there are a lot of very smart developers working on Ethereum as well. So it is really decentralized. That means it, even if so it is not like a company, right? It doesn't have the corrupt incentives of some people just for profit. This project is really, really, and it's also very secure in the sense that it is considered as a commodity by US SEC. That's why it is safe. It's unlike XRP, which has still the uncertainty element that, it is still today considered as security. So yeah, they still have that uncertainty element to fight off, whereas Ethereum is kind of like very safe, right? And if you talk to any Wall Street people, right, or people, professional settings, Ethereum is one of those really well-liked projects, yeah. First is, of course, no surprise, right, is Bitcoin BTC for me. $3,617.36 at the time of recording, all-time high $19,409.50, 5 times upside potential, 63 billion market cap, much higher than every other coins combined, right? Because yeah, it's more than 50% of the total market cap. So, needless to say, Bitcoin is the most well-known and by far the most established. In fact, it is the reserve status. It's like USD in terms of fiat, right? So a lot of cryptocurrencies are denoted in Bitcoin, so that's why it gives it the reserve status. And of course, a lot of the complaint or objections about Bitcoin was that it is speed relative to Visa and MasterCard. But Lightning Network is the solution to resolve that speed, right, issue, and it is increasingly being used now, and people are actually seeing that it is super fast, right, and huge adoption across the market to use Bitcoin. You do see a lot of ATMs being rolled out. Thousands of merchants now accept Bitcoin day by day. And of course, with the latest news that yesterday we had Morgan Creek Digital, which able to sign on 2 US pension funds, right, at Fairfax County, Virginia, the police officers' retirement funds and the government employees' retirement fund are actually going to invest in cryptocurrencies, though majority of their fund is going to be in equity of crypto companies, but they are going to invest a small portion of their fund into actual cryptocurrencies and the more liquid ones, and Bitcoin is specifically named. Yeah, so that is huge, because when pension funds are coming in, pension funds has been like long time. This is the first time any known pension fund are investing into cryptocurrencies, and this will be the tipping point before others follow. You just need one of them to follow, right? Then it's just a matter of time when the others will follow. And the previous rally in crypto was led by retail investors, and now the second rally has to be led by institutions. And institutions, think of it this way, just the equity market alone, total equity market today is 73 trillion. Bond market is another about 60 trillion. So together combined, there are more about $150 trillion. And these are just these two financial assets. You haven't even included real estate. And just imagine 1% or even 10% of that money flow into cryptocurrency, it is really huge. The potential is huge, yeah. And yeah, and lastly, I just want to say, of course, this is not financial advice at all. This is just my opinion. Rather than spending, your $1,000 or few $100s on a Valentine gifts, I know it's very nice, right? But you can cook yourself at home at fraction of the price. You can just make your own flowers, right? You can get some from some garden somewhere, and just it can be much more meaningful. Or you can sing to your girlfriend, your wife, right? I'm sure you can entertain them by your own act. That is priceless. And invest those amount that you're actually going to burn anyway on today into cryptocurrency of your choice, right? And this is just my opinion and my recommendation. But of course, sorry, it's not a recommendation, but it is going to be what my portfolio is, right? And so yeah, so that's all I just want to share, right? And yes, if you invest those money, the chances are, of course, yes, you might lose those. Yes, chances are you might lose those. But what if I'm right, right? And what if every pro crypto people out there are right? And then you can see upside potential of 10 to even like 70 times. So what will it do to your wealth in the future? And then you can give a much more luxurious Valentine's Day gifts and Valentine's Day celebration for your loved ones. Yeah. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please leave a like, please subscribe. And yes, for all my subscribers out there, I truly appreciate your support. Thank you so much and have a great Valentine's Day.